What happens when the people helping keep a country's economy moving say that they no longer feel safe doing their job? That is the disturbing equation emerging from Australia, where Indian origin truck drivers are speaking out about the harassment, the racism, the abuse, and the intimidation on the Australian national highways. One driver, the moment felt personal. Jaswinder Boparai was speaking to his friend in Punjabi on a stop on South Australian, and according to another truck driver walked past, spat on him, and disappeared before he even could react. No argument, no confrontation, just an act that was so demeaning. Multiple Indian truck drivers have now shared a similar experience, describing racist slurs, verbal abuse, and sometimes even physical abuse also. And working Australia's freight network, it is so hard for them to survive now. According to interviews by ABC News, every Indian origin driver has come up with a racism on them during the job. Narinder Singh says that he spent 10 years driving trucks in New Zealand, but after moving to Australia, he lasted only 8 months before deciding to leave the industry forever. He claimed that every small mistake drew abuse, including racist insult, people asking them to go back to India, and says that hostility eventually became so much hostile, which was tough to tolerate. However, the driver's account draw a darker picture. Pipal Singh, he says that he has almost stopped using the truck's CB radio, not because it is no longer serving a purpose, but because of the abuse he hears it. Well, according to his recordings, anonymous voices have directed racist and violent messages at the Indian drivers, including calls for violence as well as deeply disturbing statements. A good Indian is a dead Indian. This is the level of hate and the remarks reportedly shared by the drivers to the Indian drivers. There is no indication that such view represents a broader Australian public, but CB radios are not just conversation tools. They are an important part of the road safety, allowing truck drivers to warn one another about the incidents and the dangerous conditions. If drivers stopped using them out of fear, the consequences could go beyond the offensive language. And yet, many victims are reporting that these incidents rarely lead anywhere because offenders often remain anonymous, making enforcement extremely difficult. Now, Australia's Human Rights Commissions have acknowledged that the racism exists in every part of the road or the freight industry, and says that the employers have responsibility to protect workers from psychological harm, be it of any origin. Now, the Commission has also started call for a broader systematic action rather than just relying on the individual complaints. The timing is striking because Australia faces a shortage of 28,000 vehicle drivers, and Indian migrants just fill that gap. In the fast-paced going community, helping fill the critical jobs and even then, facing the racism is such of a bad experience. Well, as Australia and India continue to expand their cooperation in trade, defense, and tech, these reports raise another question. Can stronger diplomatic ties lead to a stronger protection for people who keep both economies connected? Well, that conversation is only the beginning.